Neptune re-enters Aries on January 26, where it will stay until 2039. This is, of course, a very big deal since Neptune now moves into the first sign of the zodiac, initiating a whole new cycle on the planet for us collectively and individually. And we had a sampling of this energy back in 2025 from late March until late October. And you might look back on that period of time and start to see things in a new way in terms of what Neptune in Aries was ushering into your consciousness. What was coming to the forefront around the new beginnings that you are feeling drawn to? Maybe you were getting some intuitive downloads and messages. Maybe your psychic abilities were expanding. It also could be interesting to look back on what your body was feeling, if you can remember, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac connected with becoming a physical self. Aries is where we separate away from the soul. Pisces being the soul, the divine, the ethers. We agree to take a body and become an individual in Aries. We start to figure out, well, what's my identity? Who the heck am I? What name do I want? Who do I want to be in this lifetime? It's the beginning of your physical world journey, because to be on this planet, you've got to individuate. You have to be a separate entity, your own person, and Aries is the beginning of that part of the human experience. So here we all took a body, we left the divine, we entered into this physical world with a zest for life, a desire to have certain experiences, perhaps something that we didn't really understand at a soul level, right? Where you're realizing, did I really sign up for that? Is that really what I wanted in this life? Well, yes, it is. And it's all designed to form you, shape you, evolve you, heal you, and grow you. So here we have Neptune moving into the sign of the self, reminding you that you are a soul in a human body. What do you want to begin now? And we are strongly initiating these new soul experiences because not only does Neptune re-enter Aries, but Saturn also does so on February 14th. Then, of course, we have the powerful conjunction between Neptune and Saturn at 0 degrees, 44 minutes of Aries, a world point, the beginning point of the full journey, something we've never experienced before. It's even hard for us to fathom the power of this creation energy. This is pure creative energy, pure potential, asking us to be highly intentional with what we want to give energy to, what we want to experience and bring into form. And so this is going to be a time where humanity is changing at a deep core level. Our energetics are changing. We feel it, we sense it, but we don't fully understand it. This part of the Aries experience is very raw and primal. It's where you're doing something, but you're not sure why just yet. It just feels right. This is evolving our instincts. This is evolving what we are guided towards. It's showing us new ways of being a human as we integrate more of our spiritual knowledge, our consciousness, our intuition, our psychic abilities. We're going to start living life with access to even more of our full energetics. We're becoming more intuitive. We're breaking out of mind control. And by mind control, I mean only relying upon the mind to make decisions or take action or understand something. We are moving into being more fully evolved and trusting our bodies more, trusting the wisdom of what our physical vessels are telling us. Like, how many times a day do you stop and listen to your body? How often do you check in and be like, am I really hungry? Or do I just feel like I should have lunch or I should have dinner? Does my body really want food? What does my body want to eat? We are going to be having new conversations with our bodies. We're going to understand more of their wisdom, and we're going to be living from more of our physical intelligence than ever before. We're going to be accessing the intelligence of the gut, often called the second brain in the body. And this is part of how our primal instincts are going to evolve and how we're going to be more intuitive. Now, I was getting this interesting visual of this Neptune re-entering Aries and now staying in Aries is important because Neptune is going to now advance forward. And in 2026, it will get to 4 degrees of Aries. And it remains in Aries, traveling with Saturn, which is going to have an important influence on the energetics. Saturn is going to move ahead. Saturn and Neptune are only going to be conjunct for a few months, and then Saturn moves ahead. And when it does so, Neptune is actually going to feel more powerful, more intuitive, more off planet. But this Neptune in Aries, I've been feeling it has been preparing us to receive even more energies. It's like not just from the sun. I mean, it's like beyond the sun. It's more of the galactic codes is what I'm feeling, that are new formulas of energy. And it's bringing these energies onto the planet, creating a new light matrix at a collective level. But at an individual level, how I'm seeing this coming into our personal fields is like we're getting these incoming streams of light into our aura, but into our fascia. And it has this light gentleness to it that makes it easier to integrate. And it has a sense of being supportive, not being an overwhelming download, not being too much to absorb. It just has this soft, gentle, incoming frequency. So of course, I offer that in case it resonates for you, but this is where you could start to feel that your body is changing or something within your own energetics is shifting. And that is one of the areas that Aries rules. So we're being guided here to trust more of what the body needs and what you're feeling, what your physical vessel is asking you to hear, as well as asking you to trust. Because part of the Aries energy is that you move ahead, you do something because it's instinctual and primal, and then you realize, this is why I did this or moved in this direction. There can be a very fine tune, a call of the soul working with the Neptunian in Aries energy. And this is where more people are going to start to do things on their own or be pulled into new directions, finally creating some new life chapters that maybe you were only dreaming about last year. This is the year where it's going to stabilize and stay, where there's going to be a solid foundation to build from, because the energetics are now saying this is the time for new beginnings. This is the time for the new adventure, the new dream. And this beautifully aligns with the fact that 2026 is a number 1 year in numerology. So just know that last year probably had some false starts, some things that you were sampling or figuring out, new dreams that you were playing with and determining, do I really want this? And now here in 2026, with both Neptune and Saturn moving into Aries, there will be powerful initiation points and things can move ahead quickly. Things can advance quickly. Now let me explain why. Because Saturn in Aries is actually slow. Neptune in Aries is actually slow. This is where the Aries energies are going to be like, why isn't this happening faster? But they are going to speed up because the planets in Aries are going to make powerful sextiles to Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. And that's going to ramp up and accelerate not only the pace of life, but your manifestations and what you're creating. It's because of these sextiles to the two planets in air signs that things start to click and happen and come together. That's what makes this energy faster moving. And that's where we're going to see a lot more. It looks like it starts to just line up and connect. Not to mention, we're going to have Jupiter moving into Leo. And that's going to trine Neptune in Aries, sextile Uranus in Gemini, oppose Pluto in Aquarius. Like, there's a lot here that's being created this year. And the more that you are focused on what you're intentionally creating, the more alive you might feel, the more motivated, the more inspired. Like, you just might feel like your life force is being turned up and a lot is ushering you forward. So this is big deal energy. And also, I've got to mention that if you want to know this more specifically in your chart, I have an online program all about working with these energies this year and into 2029. And that's how long-term these dynamic energies are going to be. It's a multi-year experience that is starting even more this year. It actually was initiated last year in 2025, but this year, again, it's coming in stronger. So I wanted to mention that program because it's where you're going to identify where in your chart you're meant to focus intentionally on what you're manifesting, developing, and creating, as well as where your life is going to be drastically changing. So I'll put a link below the video. It's called Manifesting with the Minor Grand Trine. It talks about all these dynamics that I've briefly mentioned here, and then I'm adding new information every year because the program lasts until 2029. So it helps you stay on track with what's coming in, such as this Jupiter in Leo. So just know that as Neptune goes into Aries, Saturn goes into Aries, the new beginnings are coming in and coming through. It's true. And you might start to have more questions, such as, who am I becoming in the new earth? Who am I becoming as society changes? What is calling to me now for the first time ever in my life? This is where people are going to have like life-changing decisions. Something you never wanted, all of a sudden you realize, I desire this. Maybe you're getting a turnover in dreams, in areas of life that you want to invest in or create. New. We're going to be talking about this a lot, but I hope this offers you some encouragement about where we're going this year, and that if it didn't happen last year, that's all in the beautiful cosmic timing of it all. It's helping you be more intentional this year and trust that now the universe is going to support what you're moving towards. And again, I feel like it's going to happen even faster. So thank you so much for joining me for this video where I talked faster than I usually do. But please leave your comments below if there's anything you would love to share, anything you'd love to offer others that could support them with this transition. And also be sure to check out that Manifesting with the Minor Grand Trine program that's going to help you understand how to work with this intentionally this year and beyond. As always, thank you so much for joining me here, and I'll see you back here soon.